My name is Ethan. I'm 28 years old, and if there's one truth I've learned about family, it's that respect from them is often conditional. Growing up, I was the quiet kid, the one who never quite fit into the sarcastic banter at reunions or the booming laughter at family barbecues. My parents divorced when I was young, and I spent most of my teenage years drifting between households, never truly belonging anywhere. Because of that, I was easy to overlook, easy to mock, and easy to dismiss. By the time my cousin Ryan's wedding came around, I had already built armor against the subtle jabs and not-so-subtle insults. Or at least, I thought I had. The reception was lavish, held in a grand hall with glittering chandeliers and champagne flowing freely. Everyone was dressed to impress, and for once, I had gone out of my way to blend in. Navy suit, polished shoes, fresh haircut. I wanted to feel like I belonged there, just for one night. But families have a way of reminding you of your place. It happened midway through dinner. The speeches had ended, and conversations buzzed all around. I was seated across from my Aunt Margaret. Margaret was sharp-tongued, the kind of woman who could lace venom into a smile. All through my life, she'd made comparisons between me and Ryan, reminding me of everything I wasn't. As the room softened with music and glasses clinked, she leaned back in her chair, swirled her wine, and said loudly enough for our side of the table to hear, "Don't get too comfortable, Ethan. This family will never respect you." The words struck like a knife. Then came the laughter, not from everyone, but from enough of them. My cousin Lily smirked behind her hand. My uncle shook his head with a look that said she's right, and others chuckled nervously just to fit in. I sat frozen, fork suspended midair, my face burning. Inside, I screamed for the right words, a sharp retort, something to defend myself. But like always, silence bound me. And then, something unexpected happened. Ryan's new father-in-law, Mr. Carter, stood. He wasn't part of my family, just an observer. But he had a presence that silenced the room. Calm, steady, authoritative. He set down his glass and looked directly at Margaret. "That was uncalled for," he said. The room shifted. People stiffened. Then he added, "Since you've chosen to speak of respect, maybe it's time your family knew what I know about you." Whispers rippled through the tables. Margaret stiffened, trying to laugh it off, but her eyes betrayed unease. Mr. Carter didn't raise his voice, didn't shout. Instead, with devastating calm, he said, "You've been stealing from your own mother for years." The reaction was instant. Gasps, dropped forks, a wave of disbelief. My grandmother, frail but sharp, wasn't at the wedding, but everyone knew Margaret had power of attorney over her finances. To accuse her of stealing was unthinkable. Yet Mr. Carter pressed on. He revealed transfers he'd seen himself, money funneled into accounts Margaret controlled, vacations and luxuries funded by my grandmother's savings. The room grew heavy with silence before exploding into outrage. Margaret tried to fight back. "Lies. Slander," she shouted, her voice trembling. But no one was convinced. Cousins started recalling odd conversations. Grandma struggling to pay for care, therapy sessions cut short because of tight money. Suddenly, the puzzle pieces connected. I sat there, still stunned, but for the first time, I wasn't the one under fire. All those years she had mocked me, belittled me. It had been projection. She was hiding her own sins by turning me into the family scapegoat. And now, her mask was cracking in front of everyone. Mr. Carter wasn't finished. He revealed more. Wire transfers, a condo in Florida, over $200,000 siphoned away. Every detail struck like a hammer. My cousins, who had once laughed at her jokes about me, now stared at her in disgust. Even Ryan, her golden boy, demanded answers, his voice heavy with betrayal. Margaret's defense collapsed. In desperation, she tried to redirect the blame at me. "This is your fault," she screamed, pointing a trembling finger at me. For a moment, fear gripped me. I thought maybe they'd believe her. But Mr. Carter stepped in, firm and unwavering. "Don't drag Ethan into this. This is your doing and yours alone." The tide turned completely. Voices rose against her. My cousins, my uncle, even Ryan. They called her out, furious that she had bled Grandma dry while they struggled to cover her care. Margaret's facade shattered. She shrank in her chair, as anger and disappointment swallowed the room. The night unraveled quickly after that. Some relatives stormed out, unable to stomach her presence. Others stayed, hurling accusations until Margaret finally fled the hall, her heels echoing against the polished floor. She left alone. Not even her husband followed. In the days that followed, the fallout was swift. My uncle Raymond contacted authorities. Margaret's accounts were frozen, legal proceedings began, and my grandmother's finances were secured. The condo she thought she could hide behind was seized. The family turned its back on her. As for me, something shifted. People who had once dismissed me started treating me differently. Apologies came, awkward, stumbling, but sincere. For the first time, I wasn't the outsider anymore. I was seen, respected. I'll never forget that night. The night my aunt mocked me for being unworthy of respect, only to lose hers in front of everyone. The night her cruelty collapsed under the weight of her own secrets. And it taught me something I'll carry forever. Respect isn't given to those who demand it by tearing others down. It belongs to those who live with integrity, even when no one is watching. If you found my story meaningful, make sure to subscribe for more powerful real-life stories. Like and share this video to spread the message, and leave your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear them.